Hello, my name is byashleynguyen. Welcome to my channel. Let's learn in mathematics with me today. Hello, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will go through identity involving trigonometry. Firstly, I will look at the well-known identity that we all know and use in trigonometry. Sine square x plus cosine square x equals 1. That is the first identity in this lesson. Now I will divide both sides of this equation by cosine square x. Divide by cosine square x. This would become sine square x over cosine square x plus 1 equal to 1 over cosine square x. Now we all know that sine x over cosine x equals tangent x. I would do the substitution here. I replace sine square x over cosine square x by tangent square x. Tangent square x plus 1 equals 1 over cosine square x. This is your second identity that we use in trigonometry. Next, we all know that the reciprocal of cosine function is secant function. 1 over cosine x would equal secant x. So, tangent square x plus 1 would equal to secant square x. And I would rearrange this. Secant square x minus tangent square x equal 1. This is your third identity that we could use in trigonometry. Let's start with the next page. I would write the sine square x plus cosine square x equal 1 again. Sine square x plus cosine square x equal 1. Now I would divide both sides by sine square x. So whenever divide both sides by sine square x, this one will become sine square x over sine square x equal 1 plus cosine square x over sine square x equal 1 over sine square x. We do know that cotangent of x would equal to cosine x over sine x. And I will substitute it into here. Cosine square x over sine square x become cotangent square x. And everything works the same. I was rewriting them. And now you have the fourth identity. Furthermore, we do know that the reciprocal of sine function equals secant, which means that 1 over sine x would equal to cosecant x. So I will relate 1 over sine square x by cosecant square x. And everything would be the same. 1 plus cotangent square x equal cosecant square x. Which means that cosecant square x minus cotangent square x equal 1. That is the fifth identity that you can use in trigonometry. And two more left. We do know that the formula of sine a plus b would equal to sine a cosine b plus sine b cosine a. What happens if I have sine 2x? Sine 2x would equal to sine x plus x. This would equal to sine x cosine x plus sine x cosine x. n equal to 2 sine x cosine x. So the next identity is sine 2x equal to 2 sine x cosine x. This one very useful in solving problem in trigonometry and derivative and antiderivative one. And the next one, cosine A plus B was equal to cosine A times cosine B minus sine A times sine B. And cosine 2x would equal cosine x plus x would equal cosine x times cosine x minus sine x times sine x. You can see that is equal to cosine square x minus sine square x. We do know that cosine square x. I will use this by cosine square x plus sine square x equal 1. Meanwhile, cosine square x equal 1 minus sine square x. I will replace cosine square x by 1 minus sine square x. It's become 1 minus sine square x minus sine square x equal to 1 minus 2 sine square x. And keep doing with that. Cosine square plus sine square x equal 1. Meanwhile, sine square x equal 1 minus cosine square x. And I will replace and I will replace sine square x over here by 1 minus cosine square x. So this one was equal to cosine square x minus 1 minus cosine square x was equal to cosine square x minus 1. So the last identity that very useful in trigonometry is cosine 2x equal to cos square x minus sine square x equal to 1 minus 2 sine square x and equal to cosine square x minus 1. And let's go to the overview now. We have the first identity over here, sine square x plus cos square x equals 1. The second identity here, tangent square x plus 1 equals 1 over cosine square x, or secant square x minus tangent square x equals 1. The fourth one, 1 plus cotangent square x equals 1 over sine square x, or cosecant square x minus cotangent square x equals 1. The fifth one is sine 2x equal to sine x cos x. And the sixth one, cosine 2x equal cosine square x minus sine square x, or equal 1 minus 2 sine square x, or equal to cosine square x minus 1. In the last page, I will go through all the identity that we have mentioned about. Firstly, sine square x plus cosine square x equal 1. Secondly, tangent square x plus 1 equal to 1 over cosine square x, or equal to secant square x, or secant square x minus tangent squared equal 1. 1 plus cotangent square x equal to 1 over sine square x, or equal to cosecant square x, or in the next one, cosecant square x minus cotangent square x equal 1. And the last two, sine 2x would equal to sine x cosine x, and cosine 2x would equal to cosine square x minus sine square x equal to 2 cosine square x minus 1 and equal to 1 minus 2 sine square x. That is the list of identity that we use trigonometry. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.